Welcome to Young Audio. You're listening to Mahabharata, Episode 2, The Devavrat. You must certainly become my wife, whoever you may be. Thus said the great King Santanu to the goddess Ganga, who stood before him in human form, intoxicating his senses with her superhuman loveliness. The king earnestly offered for her love his kingdom, his wealth, his all, and his very life. Ganga replied, O king, I shall become your wife, but on certain conditions that neither you, nor anyone else should ever ask me who I am, or whence I come. You must also not stand in the way of whatever I do, good or bad, nor must you ever be wroth with me on any account whatsoever. You must not say anything displeasing to me. If you act otherwise, I shall leave you then and there. Do you agree? The infatuated king bowed his assent, and she became his wife and lived with him. The heart of the king was captivated by her modesty and grace and the steady love she bore him. King Santanu and Ganga lived a life of perfect happiness, oblivious of the passage of time. She gave birth to many children. Each newborn babe she took to the Ganges and cast into the river, and then returned to the king with a smiling face. Santanu was filled with horror and anguish at such fiendish conduct, but suffered it all in silence, mindful of the promise he had made. Often he wondered who she was, wherefrom she had come, and why she acted like a murderous witch. Still bound by his word, and his all-mastering love for her, he uttered no word of blame or remonstrance. Thus she killed 7 children. When the 8th child was born and she was about to throw it into the Ganges, Santanu could not bear it any longer. He cried, Stop, stop, why are you bent on this horrid and unnatural murder of your own innocent babes? With this outburst the king restrained her. O great king, she replied, you have forgotten your promise, for your heart is set on your child, and you do not need me any more. I must go. I shall not kill this child, but listen to my story, before you judge me. I am constrained to play this hateful role by the curse of Vasishtha. I am the goddess Ganga, adored of gods and men. Vasishtha cursed the 8 Vasis to be born in the world of men, and moved by their supplications said, and I was to be their mother. I brought them to you, and well is it for you, that it was so. For you will go to higher regions for the service you have done to the 8 Vasis. I shall bring up this last child of yours, for some time later, and then return it to you, as my gift. After saying these words the goddess disappeared with the child. It was this child, who later became famous as Bhishma. When the goddess Ganga left Santanu and disappeared with the 8th child, the king gave up all sensual pleasures and ruled the kingdom in a spirit of asceticism. One day he was wandering along the banks of the Ganges, when he saw a boy endowed with the beauty and form of Devendra, the king of the gods. The child was amusing himself by casting a dam of arrows across the Ganges in flood, playing with the mighty river as a child with an indulgent mother. To the king, who stood transfixed with amazement at the sight, the goddess Ganga revealed herself and presented the child as his own son. She said, O king, this is that 8th child I bore you. I have brought him up till now. His name is Devavrata. He has mastered the art of arms and equals Parasurama in prowess. He has learned the Vedas and the Vedanta from Vasishtha, and is well versed in the arts and sciences known to Shukra. Take back with you this child, who is a great archer and hero as well as a master in statecraft. Then she blessed the boy, handed him to his father, to the king Santanu, and disappeared.
Thanks for listening. Please like and subscribe to inspire us.